All right, President Trump has now selected his new director of the Secret Service, Sean Curran, who rose to prominence over the summer after it held President Trump following the July assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania, and featuring prominently in this iconic photo of Donald Trump's fist raised in the air after being shot. That, of course, by the way, and then during the Super Bowl, the Secret Service released this ad. Take a look.
America was founded on an idea of freedom. America's always stepped forward in time of need throughout our short but powerful history.
Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
Tear down this wall.
We've been there for all of it. Our heroes are humble. They have an inner pride to keep this idea alive. Protectors are born, they're not made. America's Secret Service is asking a few more to step forward.
All right, here now for an exclusive interview with Secret Service Director Sean Curran. Sean, great to have you. We appreciate you being here.
Great to be here. Thank you for the opportunity, Sean.
You know, I watched that ad. It kind of gives me chills a little bit because that is an ad basically inviting people to join the forces of the Secret Service. And that basically is a job description that says you will be trained and willing and ready, willing and able to throw down your life for another person. That's basically, in a nutshell, in many ways, the job description, isn't it?
That's right, Sean. It does. It takes a special person to do this job. As I typically say, this isn't just a job, it's a career. It's a lifestyle. You have to adapt to live someone else's schedule. It's often difficult, and when I came up with this idea to run this commercial, I had a lot of input from some close friends, and we were lucky enough to get a friend of mine, Michael Bay, to do this. And just a real patriot was honored to help the Secret Service do this commercial, and we had the support of Secretary Noem, which was just amazing. And it just came out a lot better than I envisioned. Michael Bay, his vision of showing patriotism and just showing the brave men and women that have chosen to do this job every day is pretty special.
I know you have the support. I've spoken to many of the Trump family members and the president himself, obviously. They know you, trust you, support you, wanted you in this position. Let's go back to Butler and that day. And that iconic photo, which you are a part of, that's you to Donald Trump's left. He has blood all over his face. And obviously, what was that like? How did that unfold in your mind?
Sean, obviously it was life-changing for me, for the president, for the team, for the agency, and really just for this country. It was a life-changing moment. It's often hard to express that. It's difficult at times, and it's incredible, it really is.
Yeah, I know when you have an ongoing investigation, you usually can't comment on the progress as such, and I won't put you in that position. I don't think that's fair. But are you confident that we're going to get to the bottom of what happened in Butler and what happened around Trump International, the second incident where a would-be assassin was hiding in the bushes? Are you confident in the process that is now ongoing, and to any extent that you can tell us, what can you tell us?
I am confident, Sean. I'm confident in the men and women in the Secret Service, our partners on the Hill, the Secretary, and the cooperation from everyone else. We've really we've come together, and I'm confident in the process. Yes.
Yeah, I will. I know it's amazing. I have a lot of my own thoughts on it. I don't have a top security clearance, but I do read a lot, and I do have a lot of sources and people that have access to information. And we did hear Director Wray say the last 6 or 7 times before he went before Congress, the threat level has never been this high. And they mentioned Iranian assassination squads being in the country. Elon Musk mentioned it earlier when he was at the cabinet meeting today. His life is being threatened. Iranian assassination squads here to target Donald Trump. That is so chilling. I don't know how you close your eyes and sleep at night knowing that the pressure of the world is on you.
Well, Sean, you bring up a good point, and it's one of the reasons why I brought in an outside expert from the intelligence community to take a look at our intelligence apparatus. I feel that strongly about what we're doing and where I want to take our intelligence divisions to, and that's why I brought a true pro in from the intelligence community to take a look at that and advise me on how we can do things even differently, and just strengthen and build more relationships with the IC community. It's that important.
You know, I think one of the things that history will show about President Trump is that in spite of all the weaponization, in spite of all the nonstop, I believe, unfair attacks against him, he was still willing to lay it, and then 2 would-be assassins, put it all on the line. And the left in this country, and I believe it'll come out, and I think it's been proven already, you know, the double standard in our justice system, and Russia, and FISA abuse, and 51 former intel officials, and stacked up charges in New York, and a phony valuation of Mar-a-Lago, which is worth $1 billion, not 18 million. All that they put this man through. And at one point, I noticed you were quoted as saying that you had a conversation with him, and that if this election didn't come out the way you wanted it, that you kind of joked, people laughed, I think is how you characterize it, that if they tried to put him in jail, you said you would be there with him and closer to him than you probably don't want it. Is that true?
It is true, Sean. First of all, President Trump and all of our protectees, they deserve the best protection that we can provide. And I felt that he deserved the best no matter what. And this was a difficult time for us. This was unique. This had never happened before. The positions that the president was put into by the various, Justice Department, the state of New York, it was unique. It was uncharted territory. We had to figure this out almost daily about what they were putting him through. And I did at one point tell him that if it came down to it, we would be sitting there together, because that's my job. And he understood that. But it luckily never came to that. And we had just saw things that we just never anticipated, or we probably thought we would ever see coming from, whether it be the state of New York or the Justice Department. It was just incredible.
I really think the definition, what defines your job is that, as I said, you're willing to put your life down on the line for others. And you ran this ad. If people have an interest in the Secret Service, what do they have to do to become a Secret Service agent?
Well, Sean, it starts with how you're brought up. It takes a special person to want to commit to doing this. Your time it's not your own. You live someone else's schedule, and training, mental, schooling, everything's so important and critical to this job.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate the fact that this country is full of heroes. Heroes in our military, heroes in law enforcement, heroes in the medical community, heroes in the Secret Service. And we thank you guys every day. We appreciate, Sean, you taking the time to be with us, and thank you so much for your time.